Intelligence is not measured by words, but by understanding, and your dog understands you more than you think. Dog face sparkles. Imagine this. You walk into the room, and your dog is sitting there, staring at you. Not in the usual, feed me way, but in a way that makes you wonder. Are they plotting something? Maybe they just solved a complex math equation, unlocked the back door using sheer ingenuity, or figured out how to emotionally manipulate you into giving them an extra treat. Spoiler. They already have. But here's the real question. How smart is your dog, really? Are they just another good boy or girl, or are they operating on a higher level of intelligence, secretly outsmarting you at every turn? Well, you're about to find out. Because today, we're breaking down 7 signs that your furry best friend might just be a certified genius. And trust me, some of these signs are so subtle, you won't even realize your dog has been flexing their intelligence this whole time. If your pup has ever outwitted you, solved a problem you didn't even know existed, or given you a look that says, "You have no idea what I'm capable of," then buckle up, because you might be living with a 4-legged mastermind. Let's start with something simple: problem-solving skills. Ever watched your dog figure out how to open a door, get a toy from an impossible location, or even unlock their crate? That's not just luck, that's strategic thinking. Some dogs don't just wait for you to help them, they engineer their own solutions. If your dog has ever nudged a chair over to the counter to reach something, yes, this has happened, congratulations. You don't have a dog, you have a tiny, furry engineer. But intelligence isn't just about solving puzzles, it's about social skills, too. And here's where things get interesting. If your dog knows how to read you, really read you, then you might be dealing with a genius. Have you ever noticed how your dog can tell when you're sad, happy, or about to leave the house before you even grab your keys? That's because dogs with high emotional intelligence pick up on tiny details, like your facial expressions, body language, and even micro-movements. Basically, your dog has a PhD in you. And they use it. Speaking of reading humans, let's talk about manipulation. Yes, manipulation. Because smart dogs don't just obey commands, they strategize. Ever had your dog fake an injury to get attention? Pretend they haven't eaten just to get a second dinner? Or dramatically sigh because you ignored their request for a walk? If your dog plays mind games with you, congrats, you've been outsmarted. The best part? They know it. And they love it. Now, what about memory? If your dog remembers where you hid the treats weeks ago or knows exactly when certain events happen, like the mailman's schedule, you've got a smart one. Some dogs even remember people they haven't seen in years. They're basically walking, barking hard drives. If your dog still holds a grudge against that one neighbor who accidentally stepped on their tail 3 years ago, you're not just dealing with a smart dog. You're dealing with a vengeful genius. Another sign of canine brilliance? Their ability to learn new things quickly. Some dogs pick up new tricks in minutes, while others, well, let's just say some dogs think, "Sit," is just a suggestion. But if your pup is the type to master commands almost instantly, or even learn tricks without being directly taught, that's a huge sign of intelligence. Some dogs even watch other dogs, or humans, and imitate them. That's observational learning at its finest. In other words, your dog isn't just smart, they're studying you. Let's talk about adaptability. A true genius dog isn't just smart in controlled environments, they can think on their feet. Ever seen your dog navigate an unfamiliar situation like they've been there before? Adjust their behavior based on different people? Or even trick another dog into giving up a toy? That's next level thinking. The best dogs don't just learn commands, they understand concepts. And if your dog has figured out how to outmaneuver another pet in the house, yeah, they're playing 4D chess while you're still trying to figure out why they won't stop staring at you. But let's take it a step further. Some dogs are so smart, they invent their own games. That's right. If your dog has ever made up a way to entertain themselves, like dropping a ball down the stairs just to watch it bounce back, that's not boredom, that's creativity. It's one thing to obey commands, but it's another thing entirely to create new forms of play. That level of intelligence is rare, But if your dog does it, you might just have a canine Einstein on your hands. Some dogs don't just learn commands, they improve them. Ever had a dog that figured out a shortcut to a trick? Like instead of lying all the way down, they just sort of half flop and expect a treat anyway? That's efficiency. They've discovered the minimum effort for maximum reward strategy, and honestly, that's some high-level thinking. If your dog has modified tricks to suit their own laziness while still getting what they want, you might just have a canine mastermind on your hands. Then there's the art of selective hearing. You call them once, and they ignore you. Twice? Still no response. But open a bag of chips from across the house, and suddenly they appear like a ninja. Is it stubbornness? Maybe. But it's also an incredible ability to filter out unnecessary information while honing in on what truly matters: snacks. The way dogs can pick and choose what to respond to proves they're processing information more strategically than we think. Ever noticed your dog pretending not to hear the word bath, but miraculously responding to walk, even when whispered? That's not just coincidence, that's vocabulary recognition. Some dogs know dozens, even hundreds, of words. But the true geniuses don't just understand words, they understand context. They don't just recognize walk, they know what it means. They see you putting on shoes, grabbing the leash, and boom, instant excitement. But grab a towel and shampoo? Suddenly, they've vanished into another dimension. And speaking of recognition, let's talk about how some dogs remember faces forever. If your pup greets an old friend with the same enthusiasm as if they just saw them yesterday, even after years apart, that's impressive memory storage. But it works the other way too. Ever had a dog hold a grudge? Maybe someone accidentally stepped on their tail months ago, and now your dog refuses to acknowledge their existence. That's long-term memory at work. The only thing worse than a dog's grudge is knowing you'll never be able to explain yourself to them. Let's not forget their ability to predict your next move. Some dogs are so observant, they know what you're going to do before you do. Pick up your keys? They're already at the door. Grab a suitcase? They start sulking because they know you're about to leave. Some dogs even anticipate your schedule so well, they'll be waiting by the door right before you usually get home. It's almost like they have an internal clock. Or maybe they just study you with laser focus every single day. Either way, it's both impressive and slightly unsettling. Another hilarious sign of intelligence? The fake out. Ever seen a dog pretend to see something exciting just to distract another dog from their toy? That's deception. And it's a huge sign of advanced intelligence. A dog that can trick another dog for personal gain? That's next level thinking. If your pup has ever faked excitement to throw off their competition, they're not just playing, they're strategizing. That's some professional level scheming right there. And let's not overlook their ability to guilt trip you like a seasoned actor. Ever had your dog stare at you with those eyes after you refused to share food? Maybe they throw in a dramatic sigh or rest their chin on your knee for extra effect. They know what they're doing. Studies have shown that dogs intentionally use their eyes and facial expressions to manipulate humans. In other words, your dog isn't just adorable, they're calculating. And then there's the final test. Problem solving combined with persistence. A truly smart dog doesn't just attempt a challenge once and give up. Oh no, they keep trying until they figure it out. Ever had a dog that refuses to accept defeat? Maybe they keep attempting to reach the treats on the counter, testing different angles, or they relentlessly work on a puzzle toy until they win. That's not just intelligence, it's determination. And if your dog is both smart and stubborn, well, congratulations. You now live with a tiny, adorable mastermind who will rule your household. So, how many of these signs does your dog have? Are they just an average pupper, or are they secretly a genius in disguise? Let us know in the comments below. What's the smartest thing your dog has ever done? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we've got plenty more fun, fascinating, and downright hilarious pet content coming your way. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go. My dog just figured out how to open the fridge. Wish me luck.